Alright, so what I want to do in this video is finish up the groundwork that we laid out. We took the 2's complement, and so now we can see we're going to add. So remember I put here FABC plus the 2's complement of 36 CD. Well, let's do that now. So let me first clear out all of this, and let's see. Let me clear out this space here, and we'll do it over here. Alright, do it in blue. Alright, so oh my gosh, not everything in blue. Sorry. FA, B, C, and now we're going to add the 2's complement. So that was C933. So C is really 12 in decimal, so C and 3 would be F, or 15, and B, which was 11, is 3, would be 14, or E, and A and 9, well, that's going to carry over, so 19 is what it would add up to, minus 16 is a 3, and then we carry the 16 over to the next place, and F and 1 would give you the 16, which would carry over here, right, and then you'd be left with the C. Okay, so this is the answer when you add or when you subtract 36 CD from FABC. Now let's see if it's correct. So we found our answer, but let's see if the answer is right, or does the computer understand it to be right. So to do that, we're going to have to convert from this hexadecimal to decimal and just check our work a little bit. So whenever we're checking if a subtraction is correct, all we have to do is look at the corresponding addition. If the corresponding addition is correct, then the subtraction is correct. So does it make sense that this answer could even be remotely correct? Well, FABC, when we think about that as a sign number, well, FABC is a really pretty it's not too negative, okay? So FFFF would be -1, so that's not very negative on a number line. If we considered a number line, -1 would be FFFF, this would be 0. Well, FABC lies somewhere around here. So I don't know, maybe it's like negative, not too negative. I don't know what the number is. We're gonna find out, I'm sure. Alright, so that a slightly negative number plus a substantially large positive. Oh no. When we think about this as signed as well. So that's what we do when we look at the corresponding addition from our original subtraction problem. We think about each of the terms as their signed representation, even the answer here, right? And we think about each one of them as signed. So this would be a negative number plus another negative number. What we should have got is an extremely negative number. Okay? So when we think about if that happened or not, it seems to me, well, the FABC was not very negative, and this C933 was a little more negative. So the fact that we got something even a little more negative, so if I want to rate how negative these numbers are, this would be 1, and then this would be 2, and then 3 is very negative, right? So on a number line, the way we'd think about this, let me draw a new one. This would be our C933. C3FF, or C3EF is much more negative. Not much more, just a little bit. About how much more negative is it? Probably, it seems to me, about C933 plus FABC more negative. Okay, so FABC is not that great in magnitude. So if we would take the absolute value of the signed representation, it wouldn't be substantial. Okay? So let's see if it is correct. The way we do that, let me rewrite the problem and then we're going to check. So now that I've rewritten the problem, let's check to see if it's correct. FABC, what number is that when we interpret it as signed? What we have to do is take the 2's complement, FFFF minus F A minus F A B C. So F minus C, well, that's like 15 minus 12, which is 3. F minus B is a 4. F minus A is 5, and then 0. Alright, so we would add 1, remember, 0, 5, 4, 4. Okay, and that's the magnitude. So what number is this in decimal? Well, we have 16 to the 0 4 times, so that's 4 plus 16 to the first 4 times, which is a 64, plus 16 to the 16 squared, we have 5 times. So remember that 16 squared is 256 times 5 0 and 3, 5 and 5 so this would be 28. So this is 25 plus 3. 5 and 2 is 10. You can get 12. So it's plus 1280. Alright, so it was still a pretty fairly large relatively number. So that would be 1280 and 64 would give you 140 or 1344 plus 4, so 1348 base 10. But it's negative, remember, because this was a negative number when we looked at it in its signed interpretation. So we have negative 1348 base 10, and then to that we're adding, let me clear this space out so we can do that arithmetic. Right. So C933. Well, we got unlucky on this one because all three of these numbers, when you think about them as their signed interpretation, are negative. So C933, when we take its 2's complement, F, 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 minus C933, F minus 3 is going to give you, well, it's a 12 or a C. F minus 3, another C. F minus 9. The difference between 15 and 9 is 6, and 15 and 12 is a 3 again. So then we add the 1, and so 36CC plus 1 is 36CD. Now what is this number in base 10? Okay, that's a pretty substantially large number. Let me break out the calculator so it'll speed things up a little bit. So what I've done here is I've just used the calculator that comes with Windows, and since we're using a 4-digit hexadecimal number, first I need to put this calculator in hex. And by the way, you can just go to Programmer under View and get you this layout on the calculator. So hex, and then is this a word size, a D word? What is it? What is a word? Okay, so here you see how many bits? 1, 2, 3, 4, 16. Alright, 16 bits. Oh yeah, if you recall, that is a word size. So let's see, what is 36CD? Well, we can just type in 36CD and then convert that to decimal for us. The magnitude of our number is 14029. So 14029 base 10. Alright, but remember that it's negative because this was a signed interpretation. And so plus negative 14029 base 10. Okay, and the question we're asking is, does that equal the C3EF as signed? Alright, so let me clear this out, and I'll use the calculator once more just to speed things up. See if I can get this all cleared out. Delete, because I know I'm running out of time for this video. Okay. So, none of my videos should be longer than 10 minutes, although this one seemingly will be. Alright, so we're gonna subtract our number from FFFF. So f now is 0, this is 1, and f in 3, it's going to give you c, and see, 15 minus 3 is 12, and so this should be a 3 then, by same logic, and we're going to add the 1, so it gives us a 3c11. So that's in hexadecimal. What is it in decimal? So we get a calculator, 3, and then we have a C, it'll type it, 3, okay, apparently it won't type it. Let me first put the calculator in hex, clear everything. Alright, 3C, C11, alright, and then convert that to decimal for me, 1537. So it's going to be negative, right? 1, 5, 3. So I feel like there should have been a different number there. 153, yeah, 7, 7. Okay. So is it true? Is the question that we ask. So is it negative 15377? Well, let's see. Okay, I'll clear everything. We'll just go to our regular calculator. Does negative 1348, okay, make that negative, minus, see, I'm doing 0, this isn't gonna work. Okay, 1348, make that negative, minus 14029, make that negative, should have said plus, okay, one last try, bear with me, plus 14029, make that negative. What does that equal? Well, look at there, it is really negative 15377. So we've proved that this relationship is true. Therefore, the original answer was correct. So in other words, when you subtract FABC minus C or 36CD, you really do get C3EF. That's correct. Alright, so that just means that this negative number minus this positive number should give you this fairly negative number. So hopefully you're starting to get a feel for that. We'll work some more examples in the future video.